John McCain started running an ad yesterday saying that Washington is broken. No kidding. It's taken him 26 years to figure it out. But here's the thing, Elkhart. I've got trouble squaring that statement with Senator McCain that Washington is broken and that politicians have failed with his statement a few months ago that under George Bush we had made, and I quote, great progress economically over the past 8 years. Or his boast that he's voted with President George Bush 90% of the time. Or his assertion that overall the American people are better off now than when George Bush took office. I don't know if you agree with that. When George Bush took office, you were paying $150 at the gas tank. $150. You remember that? Today you're paying around, you don't remember even. That's what it was. Today you're paying around $4 a gallon. Back then you were paying $875 a year on electricity bills. Today you're paying around $1,100. Back then you were paying about $900 for heating oil to get you through the winter. This winter you're likely to pay nearly $2,500. I'm going to help you. Elkhart, this did not happen by accident. It happened because for too long we've had a real energy problem but no real energy solutions. We haven't had an energy plan. We've got an oil company plan. We've had a gas company plan. We haven't had a plan that makes sense for the American people. So if Senator McCain wants to talk about how Washington is broken, that's a debate I'm happy to have, because Senator McCain's energy plan reads like an early Christmas list for oil and gas lobbyists. That's no wonder, because many of his top advisors are former oil and gas lobbyists. Instead of offering a plan with significant investment in alternative energy, he's offering a gas tax gimmick that will pad oil company profits, promises to give you 30 cents a day for 90 days, or that's about $28 in savings, half a tank of gas. But in reality, that assumes that gas companies, or oil companies, are actually going to pass on those savings to you. Do you really believe that that's going to happen? No. That's why Washington's broken, because we offer gimmicks instead of solutions. Instead of supporting my plan to use the windfall profits of oil companies to help you pay rising costs, John McCain's offering $4 billion in additional tax breaks to oil companies like ExxonMobil. Now keep in mind, ExxonMobil made the largest quarterly profit in the history of the United States last quarter, almost $12 billion. That's why Washington's broken. Instead of offering a comprehensive plan that will lower gas prices, the centerpiece of his entire energy plan is more drilling. Now, George Bush's own energy department will tell you that you will not see you won't see a drop of oil from offshore drilling for 7 years. 7 years, and that even when full production is gone, 20 years from now, it would make just a marginal difference in terms of the price of gas. But nevertheless, John McCain stood in a building somewhere and he said, we're going to drill here and drill now. And I don't know what he knew was below there, but but I tell you, it's not going to help lower gas prices for you, but it has produced a gusher for John McCain, because after he announced his drilling proposal to a room full of oil executives in Houston, the industry ponied up nearly $1 million in contributions. That's the kind of special interest-driven politics that has stopped us from solving our energy crisis, and that's why Washington's broken. So I know that Senator McCain likes to call himself a maverick, and the fact is there have been times where in the past he did show some independence, but the price he paid for his party's nomination has been to reverse himself on position after position, and now he embraces the failed Bush policies of the last 8 years, the politics that helped break Washington in the first place. And that doesn't meet my definition of a maverick. You can't be a maverick when politically it's working for you, and then not a maverick when it doesn't work for you and you're seeking your party's nomination. And by the way, while we're on the subject of Senator McCain contradicting himself, a few days ago somebody asked me what they could do personally to help America save energy. So I said something that some of you have heard, which is all of us could get better gas mileage and save oil in the process just by keeping our tires inflated. Turns out the experts agreed. It turns out that we could save 3 to 4% on our total oil consumption just by keeping our cars tuned up, inflating our tires. Senator McCain and the Republican National Committee, though, mocked the idea. They've been going around sending tire gauges to reporters saying Barack Obama's energy plan. Well, that sounded clever, except last night after all that, Senator McCain actually said he agreed that keeping our tires inflated was a good idea. Which makes sense because it turns out NASCAR, which knows something about tires, apparently said the same thing. So did the AAA. And so in the coming days, it's going to be interesting to watch this debate between John McCain and John McCain. But